Hello everyone, we are here in beautiful Los Angeles, California with the entire Leap crew. Tim, why is the Leap crew in LA?
We're here for the Anaheim Reptile Super Show.
Not a regular show, it's a super show. Stay tuned for behind the scenes footage and a whole lot more. Yesterday was absolutely insane. We spent 10 hours setting up our booth, building 24 habitats, putting up 6 different racks. I can't wait to show you guys because we are here. We finally made it. It's the Reptile Super Show. So let's go walk through all the craziness that is one of the largest reptile shows in the entire country and head over to the Leap booth. This is insane. Look how many people are at the show. I have not seen a show this big, ever. And we couldn't be more excited to be here. Okay, we're coming up on my absolute favorite part of the show. I wonder why. So you come around the corner and you can see all of our habitats planted right here, free to walk around, free to pick them up, free to check them out. This was what all the hard work was for yesterday. A lot of work paid off. We're really excited with how this looks. And in fact, we're gonna sell these whole baker's racks. I know this video is gonna be coming out after the show, so sorry if you didn't get to buy them, but if you check us out at future shows, we're gonna probably be doing the same thing, where we sell an entire planted baker's rack at the end of the show. You get to take it home, you get the plants for free, you get the soil for free. We're really excited to sell a whole rack already planted, ready to go. And then, new for the show here, we haven't really showed you guys this, is these single standalone racks, which is a little shelf, same material as the baker's rack, but check this out. It holds your mister and your fogger in it, and perfectly fits our 22 wide cage on top. So in the future, we're hoping to sell this as an entire setup. So keep an eye out for that. But anyway, let's go see what we can see around the show. So you guys all know, I've only said this guy's name on camera like 50 million times, good friend of Leap, Tamura Designs, Dale Tamura. We're lucky enough that we're in SoCal, his home stomping grounds. He's helped us out a lot. He actually printed all the signs for our booth. And I think we can maybe steal him away here in a second. But if you're looking for something similar to Leap, all the bioactive, the high end, now Dale's stuff's all custom made. It's made a little differently than ours, but obviously come check Dale out. He's in the middle of a conversation, we'll come back later. We got to get Dale on camera. Good friend of Leap. We all know Dale Tamura. He has been fantastic in helping us out. How you doing, man?
All right, how are you?
Whew. Great show, right? Crazy show.
Yeah, first time for you.
First time for us. So how's it been going for you guys?
It's been good. You know, selling cages, and it's been a good so far.
Good volume? I mean, so this is the first time for us here.
Yeah.
Tell me about...
Well, it depends. Like sometimes it's good on Saturdays, and sometimes it's good on Sundays. It's one of those things where sometimes you do good on both days.
So Dale, for the Leap video, because we've talked about you a million times, we've shown your controller a million times, tell me the Dale difference.
Well, these guys here, it's basically the same controller that you guys have, just in a smaller version, because you guys have a big room. Right. So this is for an individual enclosure, and it does the same thing. It does the dusk to dawn dimming, it does the misting, it does all the humidity.
Awesome.
And the same thing is basically like Leap does.
So when we show you the reptile room and we show you that awesome controller that literally does everything, you can buy that directly from Dale in an enclosure, ready to go, ready to rock, shipped to your house, right? Yes. So definitely check it. Your website is?
www.tamura-designs.com.
Definitely check it out if you want to see a smaller version of what we've been doing in our reptile room with the control side of things, not with the obviously habitat side of things. Right. And that's why we're such good pals.
Right.
Thanks, Dale. Appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you.
So one of the best parts of any reptile show, other than getting to be here with your own stuff, is going to see other people's really cool stuff, from habitat makers like ourselves to all the cool animals. Let's go see what we can see at the Anaheim Reptile Show. So we'll start with our neighbor here. We met him yesterday. Really cool guy, actually helped us out by giving us tablecloths. Let's talk to Nick from HUA. What's up, dude? How you been, man?
I've been all right, just out here hustling some reptiles. How about you guys?
We are loving it. So we're gonna walk around, kind of introduce some people at the show. Obviously, we want to introduce you guys because you helped us out so much yesterday.
We're new friends with Leap, but we definitely enjoy their products. If you check over there, we got a few animals in their cages, so hopefully we do more together.
So tell me about Houston Underground.
Houston Underground is a very interesting business. We're not like most other pet stores. We don't sell a whole lot of supplies, we sell pets. I like to say, I like to compare it to, like, remember back in the 90s and 2000s and you watched TV shows like Hey Arnold and they walked in a pet store and there was just pets everywhere?
Pets.
That's what we are. When you walk in our store, there's pets everywhere. We've got tegus, we do monitors, we do lizards, geckos, chameleons, and we actually started as a rescue. So we're not just out here buying wholesale, farm-raised, captive, or all of our stuff's captive bred.
Yep.
And my favorite part, these are my pets. I don't work with animals I don't like. We don't have tarantulas because personally, I'm not a huge fan. They're not gonna get optimal care if it's not something you're passionate about. So all of these are my pets.
Yep.
And you come and buy my pets from me. All of these are held daily, weekly, all the time. They're
your babies.
Not a normal pet store. Yeah, these are
they're your pets. They're not just your business. They're your life.
Well,
so
it's 24/7 for us. We run. Our store's open noon till midnight.
So okay, pitch the store. Tell me about. Tell me where it's at. Tell me how people can find you.
We're from Houston, Texas, but we've got Facebook, Houston Underground Animals. We've got Instagram, HU Animals. We're kind of known more as HUA than Houston Underground, but we're actually kind of shifting over, going through like a rebrand right now. And yeah, you guys will be seeing a lot coming from us.
And the physical store is, give me the address.
Houston, Texas. It is 8650 North Houston Rosslyn Road, and the zip code is 77088.
Go check these guys out if you happen to be in Houston. Check out their stuff. Thank you again for yesterday,
Hey, definitely
Nick.
check out Leap. You guys will see it in our store soon.
Hey, that's what I like to hear. We'll see you soon, Nick. Thanks, buddy. All right, let's see what else we can find. Things you only see at reptile shows. Awesome. Actually, you mind if I mic you up since you got a good lapel? Watch this, magnetic. All right, I'm here with Jacob from PSU, Pet Supply United. Tell me a little bit about you guys.
Gotcha, man. So we are a wholesale provider of dry goods and animals. We do a lot of captive bred stuff as well as importing.
Cool.
And obviously we build a lot of PVC.
Cool. So show me around a little bit. These are your enclosures here?
Yes, so we build all these in-house. You got 4x2x2 cages. You got some arboreal ones over here. Snake racks, heated and unheated, all the way to over here as well. Got a lot of tall breeder racks.
So you do the racks and you also do the dry goods and animals.
And animals.
So let's go look at some animals and some of the other stuff you do. It's really cool, all the different enclosure types. You know, we're a completely different enclosure type than you guys, who's completely different than the guys who are doing the you know, big glass and stuff like that. And it's so cool to see the variety that you get and the different animals you can put in it. So, I mean, let's start with
the arachnids?
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. So we always carry a lot of striped knees, a lot of curly hairs, pink-toed tarantulas, Goliath pink-toed tarantulas. We try to have a good variety of all the way across the board.
Cool.
Typically arachnids, I mean, we got some green bottle blues over here as well.
You'll come in.
Every now and then we got some emerald skeleton legs, Vietnamese
cool.
centipedes over here.
No way.
Oh yeah.
Those things are gnarly, dude.
Let's see.
Check this out. Now, how big do they get?
Not too much bigger than here, but you don't want to mess with them.
No. They're not your creepy cuddly, or your creepy cuddly. They're the
for
creepy
sure. If they try to cuddle, that's when we run.
And then, of course, everyone's favorite.
Yes, the leopard geckos.
These
tons
are
of different morphs here right now. San Isabel ground boas, Amazon tree boas. ranging in sizes, you know, from adults to babies.
Now, other than shows, how do we find you outside of shows?
Website, so petsupplyunited.com, and then we also, I don't know, we just really get around a lot. We do shows all over the country.
Okay.
So we're from Florida. We're based out of Florida.
Okay, very
So,
cool.
I mean, and obviously we're out of California. So
Yeah, we're Pennsylvania, so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Perfect.
coast to coast, man. That's how you got to be. What else do we have down here?
We got some Mexican tiger rats. Then you've got, the sulcatas. Yeah, baby sulcatas, Russian tortoises, bearded dragons, the whole lot.
You guys gonna be at Tinley?
We actually are not. We haven't been able to get in tables there for a while, so.
That seems to be the common story.
Yep.
Where are we gonna find you next?
Ooh. We are in Salt Lake City next month and Denver. Those are our next two bigger shows out west. Outside of that, we're doing shows in the southeast of the United States every single weekend.
Awesome.
We typically have about 2 shows a weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
So you guys are busting
nonstop.
Yeah, that's
trailers
awesome.
going everywhere.
That is awesome. Life on the road, man.
Yeah.
Well,
sure.
hey, thanks so much for talking with us.
Absolutely.
Check out PSU Pet Supply United if you're at any of these shows. Clearly, they're a big fixture at shows. Come see some really cool animals and some cool habitats and enclosures too that are a little different than ours if you want to check out some other options. Thanks, Jacob.
Absolutely, man.
Lots of sticks. All right, so I know it's a reptile show and we will show plenty of animals, but I also love checking out really cool plant vendors that have all the cool plants. You know we love bioactive at Leap, so you gotta have the good plants to go with it. Hey. And here we go, reptiles. Snakes. So I know Leap doesn't do a lot of snakes, but reptile shows have tons of snakes, and it's really cool to get to see stuff that we don't necessarily keep at the Leap lab. The coloration, the patterns, everything's so cool. I'm here with Brian from NBK Reptiles. Brian, good to meet you, my man.
Hey,
so tell me a little bit about yourself.
So basically, number one, we're from Canada, so we're not even from Montreal. We're
my
from
man.
Montreal, so far
I
away
went to
from
University
California.
of Ottawa.
Hey, that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
So we're French Canadian, but I mean, we do. We're international, so we ship animals everywhere around the world. It's actually our first show that we have here in California. We visited as well, but it's our first show that we're actually vending here.
This is our first one too, so
that's
hey,
really awesome.
first timers.
First timers as well. So I mean, we have we're one of the biggest breeding facility in Canada. When it comes to variety, so we're not the biggest breeder of ball pythons, not the biggest breeder of boas, corn snakes or whatnot, but definitely when it comes to variety, we're definitely known. And what I love the most is definitely our scaleless corn snakes. So our scaleless corn snakes, we're known worldwide for our diversity that we have and everything we do.
Show us.
So let's go. So we have on here, I'm just gonna go plain and simple. So this is just a OPT scaleless corn snake. I mean, this is where it all started. The reason why is just the contrast on these animals is just so epic. So the second that you realize that once you remove the scales, just coloration and pattern, it has so much variety.
I mean, literally walking by, I was like,
it's insane. Yeah. And I mean, these are just nowadays, they're super affordable.
Yeah.
So you're talking about a $180 animal, which is crazy.
Versus they used to be.
Exactly. And I mean, those, we always try to keep quality first. So we keep our animals and we grow them for about 1 year before we actually sell them. So you have a very high quality animal, and you know that they're feeding well, you know that they're doing very, very well, and then they're awesome animals.
And this was your bread and butter. That's what you really kind of got started with, or that's what you're super stoked on now?
Well, we're 2 generations in the making. So it all started I was born, my dad was doing it. So NBK means Nuran, Brian, Kevin. So Brian being me, and Kevin my brother as well. So it's definitely family business, and we're sharing this passion and sharing this knowledge. Now, corn snakes, the scaleless is what got me back into it. So about maybe 10 years ago in Daytona, I saw these coming up again, and then I said, you know what? I educate, I share my passion, and scaleless, I believe, is the future, because I have been able to convince so many people that have fears of being scared of touching snakes for whatever. They think they're gooey or they don't like the scales, and then you tell them, you say, you know what, just touch it, because this one feels just like your skin.
Yep. And then all of a sudden
they touch it, they're like, wow.
And it opens up a whole new world. I mean,
the second you're open-minded, you can do whatever you
Well,
want.
that's the coolest thing about reptile shows and this whole thing in general is it, 90s and 2000s, it wasn't really, it was always a niche, right?
Yes.
And then as we came into more modern, all of a sudden it's exploding in popularity because more people are getting exposed to it. So, that's what we're trying to do. That's why we're out shooting cool stuff like this. But so how do we find you?
So you can find us on, we have our own YouTube channel. So we have NBK Reptiles with YouTube. We have Instagram, Facebook, definitely on top of the social media. We have Morph Market where we basically label some stuff. But we're definitely going to be to shows. So we're going to be heading down to Daytona, heading down to Tinley in the U.S., and then we do international shows as well.
Well, hopefully we see you at Tinley.
Hey, why not?
Good to meet you, Matt.
Good
Brian.
to meet you too.
Thanks, man. Snack time. What do we got?
Sweet and spicy.
Ooh, sweet and spicy. Good.
You gotta try these, my man. These are butter toffee sunflower seeds, made here in California. Really good. Also pistachios.
I'm gonna mix it all together. It's gonna be delicious. All right. Snack.
I got satanic leaf tail gecko right here.
We have a soft spot for those.
Yeah, right.
So today has been crazy long, but we want to get a couple more awesome booths at this show in this video. So I'm here with Matt from Predators Reptile Center. You guys are out of?
We're out of Mesa, Arizona, actually.
So not too far from Southern California if you're
hours.
a local. Just
Yeah.
a few hours. So what all do you guys bring out here? What do we got?
So our shop is pretty good about trying to keep a diverse collection. We've got a little bit of everything on the table today, from Matamata turtles and millipedes, tortoises and skinks, all the way down to monitor lizards, oddball colubrids, green tree pythons.
Very cool. Well, the one that I saw that stood out was something that we have put in a lot of our Leap videos. Obviously, you guys know that both Leap Tim and Leap Kelsey are super obsessed with satanic leaf-tailed geckos.
Who isn't?
How could you not be
These
obsessed?
are
David,
awesome
get in
little
on this.
geckos. So
So-
we do have this little guy right here.
Oh, look at the coloration. Oh my God.
This super pretty little one.
That is.
He's really red. He's got a lot of whites on him.
You know Tim's gonna come over here and buy that now, right?
Good. Yeah, bring him up. He's for sale still, yeah.
So do you guys breed a lot, or?
So we do actually, we have a quarantine facility, a warehouse, and a breeding facility aside from our actual store.
Okay.
So we don't carry anything in store or bring anything to shows that hasn't been properly quarantined, produced by us.
Amazing.
Quality stuff over quantity stuff, I guess. But we're getting to that point where we've got a large selection for everybody.
And then the store side of things, I mean, obviously you brought a ton of animals here. Do you guys also do the dry goods? Do you do the
We do. We
habitats?
do all your dry goods. We carry all your
A to-
custom enclosures,
A to Z.
like your leap enclosures as well.
Yeah, that's
Probably looking to carry a lot more of the PVC. Seems to be the way to go now. And just stuff that looks nicer in a reptile room. I
Right.
think that's the direction everyone's going.
well. I mean, we're into pretty animals. Why not make the reptile room pretty at
You
the same
spend all
time?
this money. I mean, you spend $1,000 on a gecko. What's $500 on an enclosure for it?
That's right.
It's half
Or
the
how
price
about
of the animal meat.
instead of 500, why don't you just spend 200 on a leap habitat?
That's exactly what I'm
Even
saying.
better
That's
price.
where I'm headed after here.
You mentioned another one that I hadn't heard of. The
Yeah,
boy
let me
somethings.
show you. So this came from Dan Maliri over at DM Exotics.
Okay.
This is more of a personal animal of mine. You don't see these guys a whole lot.
Very cool.
This is a boiga. So these are a
Very
cat snake.
cool.
Call them cat snakes. They got these crazy little buggy cat eyes on them.
Oh, that's unbelievable. That's kind of your personal.
Yeah, this is like one of those weird oddball
You're
animals.
like,
This is my
I would sell it if I had
leaf-tailed
to.
gecko.
Like, yeah,
Right.
that's your satanic.
This is my satanic leaf tail
That is
gecko.
Matt's version of the Tim
Yep.
animal. I breed them, but no, you can't buy them.
That's it, almost exactly it. Like, you could call me a hoarder for all the babies. Like, you're not getting a baby unless you have a nice enclosure to put it in and everything else that it needs.
We get Instagram comments and messages all the time like, oh, I saw you guys have tons of leaf-tailed geckos. Can you guys sell me? And we're like,
What's your husbandry look like? How's your setup?
no, it's even
How
worse
cool
than that.
can you
Tim's
keep
like,
them?
this is my collection.
Right.
No.
That's
no.
smart.
These are my babies.
That's kind of how I am. And I don't feel guilty for it either.
And how was day one of the show?
Day one of the show was good. We moved a lot more of the stuff that I thought was gonna sit a little bit more. We moved a lot of Woma pythons, which was really cool. Lots of green tree pythons. Somehow there was not a lot of those sitting out.
I mean, hey.
That's another animal that looks great in those enclosures, honestly.
Heck yeah.
Just send people that way after they buy one over here. Yeah.
So I don't know if you could guess this. Yes, we will definitely send people this way to come get some pythons.
Heck yeah.
We get along. I think we're gonna have some future fun with the guys over at Predators. I'm gonna make a trip out to Mesa real quick.
Please do, yeah, come by. I'm in the store just about every single day, as is Jeremy.
Awesome.
Yeah, you pop by our actual retail location, you will see me, and maybe we can even check out the warehouse and show you guys.
That would be awesome. We'll definitely exchange numbers. Guys, check out Predators Reptile Center, Mesa, Arizona.
Appreciate you guys.
Thanks, man. Good talking to you.
Yeah, brother. Thank you.
All right, another cool one, and their sign pulled me in because it says promoting education, captive propagation, and responsible pet ownership, which obviously you know we care about a lot at Leaf. We've been talking about it in a lot of our stuff, including our herp videos. We're here at Great Basin Serpentarium. So tell me a little bit about you guys and give me the rundown.
All right, well, we're Great Basin Serpentarium. We're out of Linden, Utah, just south of Salt Lake City. We work with about 250 different species, and our whole thing is promoting, like I said, education, captive propagation, responsible pet ownership. So everything we offer is captive bred. The vast majority of them we produce in-house.
Very cool.
Working with everything from tarantulas all the way up to, we have king snakes, pythons, boas, blue tongue skinks, and a whole assortment of geckos.
Oh, you got blue tongues? I love blue
Oh yeah, we got blue tongues, we got northern blue tongues. We actually work on producing Indonesian blue tongues as well, which most of the ones you see around are captive bred, or not captive bred, sorry. Most of the Indonesians you see are wild caught, not captive bred. And so we're working on trying to get a good captive breeding population established of those so we can reduce that number of things being brought in.
Absolutely. Well, and I mean, it's always cool to take something that is normally an imported species and breed it yourself in-house.
Oh, yeah.
We do the canopy chameleons.
Oh, nice.
So we're actually the only people that we know of as of right now that have ever bred canopy chameleons in-house.
Sure.
So that's, like I said, that's what Drew was saying, because you get a lot of these species that people tend to import because it's cheaper, it's easier, and you don't actually have to be good at reptile keeping. You just have to be able to
keep it alive long enough to ship it off to the next person. It becomes their problem.
And that's terrible, because then it's their problem, right? Like, you want people coming back because they love their animal and they want to buy another, not because...
We want it to be a good experience. If you get a blue tongue, you want an Indonesian blue tongue, they're awesome, they're beautiful lizards, but the wild-caught ones typically come with a number of problems. We call them time bombs. We got about 9 months before these problems really reveal themselves, so the importer gets them in, flips them to the unsuspecting customer, and then 9 months later they have a really bad taste in their mouth about the hobby, about the lizard, because it was such a miserable experience watching that thing waste away. Whereas, put some effort into it, you get them breeding, you get a captive bred baby, and it's an incredible, enjoyable pet.
Right.
They're happy about it, they enjoy it, they stay in the hobby a lot longer, they're interested in these animals, they're interested in conserving these animals. It's a much better situation.
It grows their interest in the entire thing versus just a one-off, my kid wanted a...
Exactly, yeah, it was a phase, they got past that. It's like, no, we want this to be kind of a lifelong enjoyment. We want them to be excited about this, keep going, get other people excited about it. So when we say, hey, look at this cool animal, look at the plight of this animal, it's endangered, it's threatened, we need to think about that, they're already excited about it, they're already got their friends excited about it. It goes a long way.
So can you show me some of your personal favorites?
Ooh.
I know favorites are impossible.
Yeah, picking a favorite's hard.
It's
That's why we have
like who's your favorite
species? Yeah, exactly.
250 different species.
Yeah,
that's amazing. And how many of them you breed in house?
Most of those are breeding projects. So we have a lot of them don't make it to the shows. Like Shinosaurus, we rarely bring to shows because they're usually gone in just a short while. Favorites.
It's impossible.
It's impossible. So some cool stuff we have.
Show me some unique ones.
Some unique ones. So we have captive bred tokay geckos, which again, tokays are so commonly imported. They're recently put on CITES. We've been working with them for a number of years now, just because we think they're cool geckos. We have also captive bred eastern glass lizards. So Ophisaurus ventralis is commonly imported. They're just a cheap kind of your pet store lizards, but no one really works on breeding them. We're working with those and the Eastern and the European glass lizards, trying to figure out how to unlock those secrets, get them producing regularly. But the Eastern glass lizards...
I was going to say, let's show them, yeah. I've never seen an Eastern glass lizard. I'm excited.
These are recent hatchlings from our group. So we've had a group, we've been producing these for a few years now. It's gonna just start out of here like a living jack in the box here in a second. Where you at, little buddy? There we go.
Oh, wow. And
So,
again, this is normally imported and probably not the most ethically imported.
The vast majority of these were plucked from the field just a few weeks before you pick it up if you go to one of the sites that are selling these. Capture bred babies are not very common. They're not hard to breed, it's just no one's really set it up and tried.
What do you find is your like breeding tips, tricks that you found with these guys that
don't overthink it.
Just don't.
Yeah. I mean, we keep them in a deep substrate. We keep them, as long as they're of similar size, we keep them in a group. We have, I think, 2 or 3 males. I'm not entirely sure because they're pretty hard to sex. And at least 5 females because we get about 5 clutches a year now. We just keep them together year round, keep them well fed. They do have some pretty high calcium requirements, particularly as babies.
Okay.
And so as long as you're using dusted insects, they grow pretty fast. Keep them in a group, and then come spring, we'll go through and just go through the colony, find the females that have eggs, separate them so there's no issues there.
Sure.
We're not sure if there will be issues. We just, to be safe, we pull the females, let them cull their eggs, and we let mom incubate the eggs. About 40 days after they lay them, we have 5 or 6 little babies crawling around a mom's cage.
That's awesome.
So pretty simple lizards, easy to breed, awesome things to set up. But yeah, just one that's kind of overlooked because it's an inexpensive imported one typically.
That's awesome.
Not really imported, wild collected. But
yes,
yeah.
Same. Wild collected.
Same idea.
So, okay, one last time, where do we find you guys? How do we, I love what you guys are doing. How do we send people your way?
So we are online at gbserpentarium.com. We're also on social media as Great Basin Serpentarium, so on Instagram and Facebook, and that's where we post cool updates on the stuff that we're working with. So if you want to see what weird projects we're working on, just check out our social media. We put a lot of the fun stuff up on there.
Awesome. Check these guys out. I really like what they're doing. I'm going to come back later when we're not on camera. I'd love to talk to you guys. That was awesome. Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
Take care.